Hey y'all, welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I'm Eric and welcome to One Rye to Rule Them All, 20 rye whiskey blind tasting tournament. Before we get started, a little bit about how this is set up. So first and foremost, I want to thank Patreon supporters and fans of the channel who helped me select the 20 different rye whiskeys that are going to be part of this blind tasting tournament. Each one of these sampling bottles has received a colored dot on the bottle indicating which whiskey it is. I was then gave these to somebody else to randomly number, and they give it back to me. So we will set this up with 4 separate brackets, 5 whiskeys in each. I will choose the winner of each, which will go on to a final 4, and then that will be the final tasting for the one rye to rule them all. One more thing I'll mention is these are all going to be pre-recorded. So while I, at the time of the tasting, don't know what is in all of these, I will include the actual whiskeys in the video so you can follow in real time which ones I'm actually tasting. So hope you enjoy the tournament and let the best rye win. Cheers. Round 3, fight. Here we go. Box is getting low. We have, let's see here, 13, 14, 12, 15, and 11. So it should be up on the proverbial board now. Okay, I'm going to get these poured again. We're doing 1 ounce pours, leaving extra for any of these that make it to the second round. Of course, 1 is making it from each bracket. So here we go. 12. We'll do neat sips, probably 2 neat sips, and then we will add a little bit of water and begin eliminating as necessary. Take a second, smash that like, leave a comment if you've been enjoying this so far. By the time this posts, as I mentioned in the introductory comments, I will know what the winner was. So feel free to share your thoughts on all of these. Okay. Here we go. Starting with number 11. Interesting. It almost has a little smoky quality to it. Again, the rye spice, it's here, it's sharp and fresh. It's very full. Bit lighter on the palate. Nice finish though. Slight alcohol burn, which I'm not loving, but there's a good, there's a nice mix of rye spice. There's some almost like dark chocolate kind of notes coming through. Little hints of fruit, short finish. Okay, we're gonna move on to number 12. Ooh. Now this is different. On this one, I'm noticing almost like dark berry, much fruitier. The rye spice is a little bit in the background. There's definitely some oak, charred oak to this, even a little bit of like fresh cut wood. There's a warm baking spice note to this. A little bit of butterscotch. Nice color too, darker one. All right. Very intense, full, rich flavor on this. This one strikes me as potentially being a cast strength. Damn. Really going long finish. Notes of vanilla, the rye spice much more on the finish than it was on the nose. This is a real, just like full-on attack of rye whiskey. Nothing subtle about this one. Wow, medium finish, a little bit, maybe even slightly medium long. Not crazy complex, but definitely definitely coming in with a big flavor. Okay, we're on to rye whiskey number 13 on the nose. Herbaceous, grassy, sweet. Getting a little bit of that kind of that concrete, that youthful new spirit. Getting a little bit of that in here. Interesting fruit notes. A lot happening on the nose on this one. Getting some apple, even maybe a little bit of tropical fruit. Just a hint. All right. Nice oily mouthfeel. Still got into that youthful new make spirit, which is showing a bit more here on the back end of the development into the finish. Cocoa. And this apple, almost like orange, apple, orange, even maybe like red grape. Strange, interesting. The rye spice is there. It's not as much on the dill side. It's just a little bit kind of on the sweeter side. All right. Rye whiskey number 14. Wow. This smells like fresh cut rye, if there ever was one. Wow. Ton of just freshness, rye, slight mint, herbal. This is almost like a liqueur, like an herbal liqueur. There's so much herbaceousness, kind of bitterness, almost like a little bit of a Amaro type note going on in here. Wow, interesting. Winston the Whiskey Cat is here again. You're not going to make an appearance, though. Okay. Yeah, this almost like Fernet. A lot of interesting notes in this one. Okay, here we go with 14. Rich, mouth coating, full flavor. Wow. Again, these little complexities of the spice on this is very unique. Getting a little hint of almost like licorice, cotton candy, fennel. Weird as it sounds, fennel. Okay, a lot going on in 14. I'm guessing that one's a little higher on the ABV as well. I wonder if that's the Dickel, as funny as it sounds. Okay. Onward to number 15. This one is more bready, biscuity. Slightly herbal, yes. Bit prickly on the nose. Got a little bit of alcohol. Spices are there, a bit muted, but all in all, decent, pleasant nose. Nothing too interesting coming out of this one. Here we go. Full, mouth coating, intense, rich flavor, herbal, spicy, mouth watering, long finish, high ABV. Now, hell of a tingle left on my tongue. Wow. A couple of these seem that they're on the higher ABV side for sure. I can't quite tell if any of them are the Barrell cast strength. Maybe one of these is the Alberta Premium. But a lot of these ryes are, you know, in that close to 50% range. Okay. So far, 14, 15, and 12 have got my attention the most. I'm gonna cleanse the palate a bit. Dry cracker, put some water on these. Let's go. Again, we're doing 3 drops on each, just like we did in the other ones, to maintain at least a water consistency. Again, I don't know what these are at the time of this tasting, so we're just gonna keep it fair with the water. And honestly, if your whiskey can't take 3 drops of water, that's a problem. Okay, we're back to 11 now with water. Oh man, that butterscotch, honey. Ooh. This one strikes me as a bit more bourbon cast, or a little bit more bourbon forward. So maybe a lower rye mash bill. Perhaps the Wilderness Trail. Too light on the palate. Thins out. A little alcohol bite on the back end. This might be the Bullet. Perhaps the Bullet rye. Yeah. Things aren't looking good for 11 compared to these other ones, at least. It's okay. A little bit buttery, got a little chocolate, but there's a note in this not quite landing with me. Okay, on to 12. Similar on the nose as 11, just a bit more rounded. Fruit notes popping through again. ABV's high on this for sure. A lot of oak cask on this. Still hot. Still hot even with 3 drops of water. It could be just the youth. I mean, it's definitely ABV. I feel pretty confident that this is this could be near cast strength. Okay. Not sure I'm as impressed now with 12. On to 13 with water. Swirl, swirl. Yeah, this one is the funky. Again, the like very unique on the rye spice on this. A little bit of that new make still coming through with water. This smells just like fresh cut wood, like in a carpenter's workshop type thing. Are you at 13? Here we go. Light. A little bit longer on the finish though. Some chocolate coming through, some caramel. Freshness, wintergreen freshness. I think 13 has turned out to be a little bit better with water. On to 14 and 15. We're going to go with 14. Oh, wow. This is very unique. I'm not saying that makes it the best. It's just very unique. The fruit notes, the kind of bitter liqueur amaro note, the the licorice, the fennel, the marble rye type thing. God, a lot going on here. This is by far the most unique of these five. Little hints of new make in it, maybe. There we go. ABV again. I think this one's got some pop to it. Drying on the finish. A lot of flavor. A lot happening with this. It's almost like it could almost pass itself as a rye cocktail. There's just so many things going on here. Not traditional. Does not taste like a traditional rye compared to at least the others we've had. Okay. Finally, 15 with water. Hey, Winston. This is so pleasant. The nose just has this nice kind of sweetness, golden apple, nice herbaceous rye, kicked up even more with the spices on here. Yeah, just a lot happening with this. I'm gonna go in for another sip here on 15. Okay. Wow. 15, high ABV too. Maybe tastes a little bit older than 14. I don't know. Okay. 11 is out. Too youthful, too languid, not really delivering compared to these other ones for sure. And even objectively, it's tasting kind of pedestrian. So 11 is out. I'm gonna do. I'm not even sure about 12 and 13 here. I'm actually gonna do a side by side here with 12 and 13. I'm leaning heavily that 14 or 15 is going to be our winner. So different. 12 much more kind of traditional, more oak driven, more kind of rounded. This very lively, youthful, sprightly, all sorts of fresh cut wood, vanilla. I'm going to go with 13 first here. Go back to 12. Oh yeah, okay. 12 stays. 13 is out. I'm going to clean the palate again here really quick. Twelve, 14, and 15. This one might be the toughest bracket, yeah. These both, all three of these, I think are whiskeys that I would buy a bottle of. Again. Okay. I'm gonna go back to 15 first, then 13, then 14. I'm trying to get this down to 2. 15. Really, really checking boxes for me. I do like the sweetness on this and how balanced it is with the rye spice. It just smells warm, relaxed, and inviting, but the flavor was huge. Here we go again. Oh man. So much creaminess, caramel, butterscotch, vanilla, toffee even. Maybe lower on the rye. in the mash. I'm not sure. The cat, well, it's just good casts. Okay, we're gonna go back to 13. Oh man, it's racking my brain. 13. Oh, that's good. Little edgier, which I kind of like, but there's a bit of a bitterness to it. I don't know if 13 can match up to 15. Okay, here we go again with 14. Man, it's just so unique. But is the uniqueness what's going to carry the day here? I don't know. 15 is right now I think is my winner so far, but we'll see. 14. I have no idea which is someone that is. It could be the Balcones. It could be the Canadian. It seems a little youthful for that 13-year-old Barrell Canadian. Maybe this is the Alberta Premium. I don't know. Again, the Alberta Premium, the one that we're doing in this, was the 65.1% ABV. That's the one that got that like whiskey of the year or whatever. All right. 12. I'm sorry, you're out. Which leaves us with 14 and 15. 14, 15. Oh man, this is so hard. You have the kind of unique, much more singular experience here, where here you just have a more traditional rye whiskey flavor, just done with high quality and bold flavor. This is tough. Okay. We're going to go rapid fire with these. 15 first. Man, that is good. 14. I really like both of these, but I'm gonna, oh man, both of these are really, really good ryes. I don't remember what the ABV on the mixtures was, but the mix could be the mixtures. I mean, that could even be, I don't know if it's the Sazerac, but $14 is out. 15 is going to be the winner. So you're in bracket 3, 15, whiskey 15, whatever that is up in the corner there. That is the one that is going to advance to the final four. This was a tough one. 14 and 15, I think, have been some of my more favorites, and to be honest, would recommend either of these ryes. 15 even more for people who are more bourbon drinkers, maybe just getting into rye. 14 for folks who are definitely looking for something a little different and nuanced with a rye whiskey. Both very good. That was really tough, but yeah, 15 is going to advance. So far, whiskey 4, whiskey 7, whiskey 15 are going to the final four, and next week we will get bracket 4 underway. We will find out the final whiskey heading to the finals, and then we will pick one rye to rule them all. Cheers, y'all.